definitely offer a lot as well. When you think about the finances and the different things that you actually give people through your channel that can actually help them if they apply it. You know, like we was originally on here to talk about stocks and investing, but you talk about stocks, you talk about investing, you talk about what's going on with the media in regards to us getting these checks, where this money is coming from, how to invest this money. If you're talking about you're trying to get an LLC, how in the world are you really ready for even an LLC? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your budget. Let's talk about what you're able to manage. Let's talk about all those different things. Let's talk about your book. Let's talk about how do you even see yourself when you're going forth to try to get a job? If we're going to talk about that, there's a lot of nuggets in there. And what you're giving for free is what people really pay money for, because you are a financial consultant. You can give people insight as to how to move forward with their business. I mean, I reach out to you, but you have so much knowledge that's just in you. And if people actually apply it, because you go beyond just talking about, okay, the finances, you know what I'm saying? You talk about teaching your children while they're young how to invest. Let's start with your allowance. Let's teach them the value of $1. Let's teach them, okay, let's save here. Let's invest here. You know what I'm saying? Teaching it from a young age. Hey, what is a dividend? Like, I want that. What's the asset? What's the liability? And you talk about how to incorporate this to teach it to a child, to help the child to grow with their finances, which overall help them as an adult, which overall help the economy as a whole, which overall help us in the US and the world. But see, I do watch your videos from time to time, and I'm just like, wow, like that's really good. Like that's a really good nugget. You know what I'm saying? Or, even the perspective of, hey, I can invest only $1 and get something back. Like I remember I invested, I want to say $10 in something. And I got a little thing said, oh, you got a dividend, 5 cents. I'm like, okay. And then to see the same thing come up a little bit later. So like, okay, well, let me invest a little bit more, so I can get a little bit more back. And to know that even with the different savings that I've invested in within my job, and to also have the savings within my bank, but to be able to invest in stock and to start get dividends from them, it helped you to know what to invest in. But that right there, that knowledge and me investing, that came from you. And even when I was younger, you spoke about this before you had a YouTube channel, before you wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? You really poured into me with your finances and how you manage your money and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? You was the one who encouraged me, you know what I'm saying, based on what you did. It was never about what you said, because I watched. I didn't really speak to you much when we was younger. I just watched.
Because you're ignorant.
Yes, but it was that watching you helped me to invest in bonds. And those bonds are what carried me through. When I went back to Alabama, I didn't have a job and I had bills and stuff to pay because my mother was sick with cancer. But it was those bonds that I invested in a long time ago that I was able to cash to help me to get through, because I didn't have another job. I didn't have any income. But guess what? I still had money. And why I had money? Because of the money that I chose to invest in a bond. So don't underestimate like who you are and what you do on your channel and the different assets that's available. Like a lot of people may not know it, but you pour a lot into those little short videos. You give a lot of nuggets that are life changing if people truly apply it to themselves, apply it to their life, apply it to their business, apply it to just different areas of their life. And you give nuggets that's lifelong nuggets, you know what I'm saying? Because you go beyond just talking about finances. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the family dynamics, you know what I'm saying? The Black family dynamics, the breakdown, and all different things like that. And you have different interviews from other places where you just talked about different things. So even your channel brings just so much, which is why I love any opportunity I get to just sit and have a conversation with you and to pull on all that wisdom that's up in you and to share it. I don't take it lightly, because for me, it's an honor. Like, seriously, it's an honor to be able to be in your presence and to have your ear and to be able to receive all that you have in you that a lot of people don't even see, but it's a lot that's in you. And I just thank God that he allowed us to just have the relationship that we have, that I can call you on the phone and say, hey, what do you think about this? I can look at different videos on your YouTube channel and say, oh, he did talk about this. Okay, so this is how I should do this, or this is how I should do that. That you help me to not make rash decisions. I'm always able to sit there and budget stuff out. Even when I go on a splurge, there's times I go back and like, okay, I done been on a splurge a little bit too long. Let me get back on track, because this is my goal and this is what I got to do to get it. And so it's just such a wonderful thing. Like, I can look at my savings. It's the highest savings I've had in a long time, and I'm grateful because it's through having these conversations, it's through watching your videos and so much stuff where you just pour so much out, what I'm saying, to me, to other people. And, I'm grateful for that. So y'all check out his channel. Like, for real, just check out his channel. He's talking about my channel, but check out his channel, Sam's Financial Corner. Like, it's a lot of wisdom that's there, a lot of information that's there that can truly make a difference in your life. I'm talking about make a difference in your finances, make a difference in how you think about your finances, make a difference in how you teach your children to think about their finances, how you get established to prepare for your own retirement, how you can set money aside for your vacation, how you can set money aside and gain money, for anything else that you may be going through. Because let's be real, sometimes we don't have health insurance, but he can show you how you can invest and make money that can be coming in, and you're not just keep putting it in. So how to help your money work for you, the little that you have. And the thing is, you can use these apps, cash apps. They have so many different apps at this point. Acorn, so many apps, and you can invest as little as $1 to start yourself off. And let me tell you, even if it's $1, like, whatever you earn, whatever dividend you earn, you didn't have to work your behind off to get it. Period. It's not like you going to working a 8 to 5 or what have you. That money is working for you. And guess what? You getting this money because of the fact you are a part of this company. You've invested in this company. You are a partner. No matter what percentage is, you still a partner in this company. And you can vote on what is going on in this company. You get to learn more about what is going on. Your word, you have power in what you've invested in. So these are things that I've learned from watching his channel. Invest in things that you use. Why not? Invest in stuff that you already know works for you. When I'm investing, it's because, hey, I use this product, or hey, I use this site, so I'm gonna invest in this site. So guess what? Yeah, I'm gonna spend my money, but guess what? My money gonna also make me some money, So I'm investing in myself in two different ways. Okay, that's how I look at it when I'm investing in different stocks and stuff. And so I truly just thank God for you. I thank God for what He's doing with you, with sharing the knowledge that you have obtained throughout the years of actually working in finance, to just the whole 9 yards, because you've done accounting, you do accounting, and you're very good with numbers, and you have a lot of knowledge. And I'm just grateful that I can be in your presence, and you pour a lot into me, and I pour a lot into other people through your YouTube channel, pour a lot into people through your your books, your book, and pour a lot into people through your course that you also teach. So it's just wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Which is why, I don't have an issue with, blessing you anyway, anytime I can, because,
I thank you.
It's truly an honor. It's truly an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. No, you're right. I mean, there is. I mean, a lot of growing up in church, a lot of my personal finance knowledge you can find backed by some sort of scripture. Like wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and in all that getting, get understanding.
Understanding.
You know, I mean, if you think about the loaves, you know, I mean, what was it? Was it 5 loaves, 2 fishes, or 5 fishes, 2 loaves, whatever? But
Two
making
fish
it,
and 5 loaves of bread. You
but
talking about that one?
making it, but making it multiply to the point that there's more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that, I mean, even the story of the talents. I'm trying to use every talent that God has given me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna share this a little bit. I was talking to a friend of mine, and it is so important because sometimes we are so used to doing whatever we're doing that we diminish it. And I told myself I'm no longer going to diminish any gift that I have, because I was thinking, oh, well, Sam, I needed to do a presentation. I did it. It was one, Sam, you did a good job at one fall. I'm like, I know how to public speak. Like, I don't have any problem. And then I realized, I'm like, you all don't know this side of me. And then I just said about it, oh, it's nothing. I just naturally do it. No, it is something. Any gift that you have, you should celebrate it.
Amen.
And I'm learning to celebrate all the gifts that I have. And, this journey of putting myself out there, I've learned so much, but I'm also learning. I'm like, wow, I have gained a lot of knowledge over the years. And I'm so thankful for it because, like even when you said about an LLC and we talked about it, I don't like it when people hype things. Having an LLC is good for business. There are advantages, but there's the business side of the LLC and there's the tax side of the LLC, and it depends on how it's set up. But I've seen a lot of people hype LLCs, and I'm like, LLCs are good, don't get me wrong, but if you can't manage your personal finance, how are you going to manage a business?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, as I'm hearing people hype it, I was watching this podcast, this one guy was talking about, you can do this, you can put everything under. You can't put everything under your LLC. You got to be careful with doing all of those things. But number one, see, my first question to you is, what do your personal finances look like?
Mm-hmm.
Do you overdraft on a regular basis? Let's be clear. What does your savings look like? Because if you don't have at least 6 months worth of savings, in my opinion, you don't need to be starting a business. Now, I'm not going to tell people don't, because people have done it on next to nothing and have made millions, and I'm happy for them. But also, my thing is, I believe brick by brick, stone by stone, get your personal finance life in order. Like even with the last video when we talked about tithing.
Mm-hmm.
And how for some people that's like the great debate. Do you tithe your net or your gross? I don't understand why it's so hard. If you're going to be tithing, you tithing off of what you earned, not what you take home.
Mm-hmm.
So even with that, it comes to a point of getting everything in order. You can't sit up here and run a multi-million-dollar business and then your personal finances be messed up. Now, can you make mistakes? Yes.
Yes.
People do. But my point is, I don't want people out here trying to jump and run a business and your personal finances aren't in order. And sometimes it's not about how much money you make, it's where it goes. And a lot of people don't want to be honest about where they spend their money and where it goes. And so for me, my channel is looking at personal finance from an elevated approach. People are going to tell you, you need to do this. These are the steps you need to take to save your money. I made 6 figures. This is what you need to do. But I want to go a little deeper. Why do you spend the way that you spend? Why do you look at money the way? And that's why I have my course, the psychology of money, because I want people to start taking a more deeper look into their personal finance overall and why they are where they are. Because sometimes we don't want to take an honest look. It's difficult to be honest with other people, but I think a lot of times we have the hardest time of being honest with ourselves. Because, like I said before, once you are presented with the truth, once you accept it, you have to change. And I think it's important. So I have the course, it's on my website, samsfinancialcorner.com, and there's a link to it. I really want to see people thrive financially. And like I did a podcast recently with Black Wall Street. And, you know, the topic came up about like the stimulus and, you know, all the memes. And on TikTok, everyone's like, I'm ordering crabs. And I'm laughing because it's joking, because I'm like, it's funny. I know people do it. And I think it's Black people because we couldn't have seafood. I think is the reason why we love it now. But my whole point is, and I said it and I forgot the stat, but if the average American has less than $500 saved, why are you talking about getting crab legs? Mm-hmm. You need to bolster your savings. If 2020 has taught us anything, we don't know what's to come. And being prepared the best way we can is important. Now, of course, if you need the money for food or whatever else, necessities, use it for that. But there are many people who don't, and you got it. Save it or invest it. Mm-hmm. But I'm more of the type of person, a lot of times we get money, and the first thing we think about is what to do with it. And I think that's a poor man's approach when it comes to money, because we don't let it just sit. We don't think about or contemplate what is the best move I should make with this amount of money. Should I use this to start a business? Can I use this to pay down a debt? Is it okay that I just add it to my savings? We don't have that type of strategy. We have I got this money, I got to do something with it. And then you do stuff with it, and then it goes, and you don't even know where the money went. And you're in no better state than when you receive the money. And that's not good for any of us. When you're receiving money, it should help you to be in a better state than where you previously were. And if you're not, then it's never about how, in my opinion, it's never about how much you earn. It's about what you do with it. And there are little steps that you can take to have big rewards in the future. And that's what my channel is all about, being able to look at your financial problems and issues from a different angle. And yes, I give practical knowledge, and I also talk about other things as well, because I feel like finance is interwoven. I do want to talk more about couples and money. And I think I have a video too talking about that, and just talking about other issues when it comes to money, because we have to go beyond just everyone knows, I mean, if I save this, I'll get more money. Okay, yeah, but what is your saving strategy? What are you saving towards? Like even with retirement, and I did a video talking about the 60-40 rule and how that doesn't apply to everyone, and told a story behind that. I mean, one of the things I was able to do for someone was to really help them. Their retirement portfolio nearly tripled, and I had to sit down this person and explain things. And it's funny to see people, they get that glazed look on their face, like, what are you talking about? And I mean, but it's just something that I'm passionate about. I really do enjoy helping others, and I really want to see people succeed. You know, I just think for me, it's just, I don't know any other way to be. And I'm passionate about stocks and investing, and with my book and helping people. Look, I want you to learn how to command an interview. I don't want you going in there looking like, oh, I need a job. I hope they hire me. No, ask yourself, do I want to work here? If this person or these people in the interview process, if one of them is going to be your manager, you need to ask yourself mentally this real question. Is there going to come a point where I'm going to want to punch this person in the face?
Mm-hmm.
We don't ask ourselves that question. I know that sounds violent, but I'm not. But I'm coming from the perspective of you got to interview them just like they're interviewing you. You got to pay attention. What is their body language? What questions are they asking and what questions are they not asking? Do you understand fully what this position is supposed to entail? I always ask people, what do you like most about working here? It changes the entire mood. And it's one simple question. But I'm going to tell you this, you can tell if people are disgruntled or not.
That is so true.
Because I need to know what I'm walking into. If I'm going to take this job, I need to know what I'm getting into.
Definitely agree with that.
I don't know what this is, Cousin Shirley. I don't know what this turned into. I don't know.
It turned into what it was meant to be.
That's right.
So, yeah. It turned into what it needed to be. Because somebody needed to hear it.
It did. It did. I'm going to say somebody's. And for these somebodies, if it was you, like, comment, subscribe, and share. We need likes. I ain't trying to work. I got college tuition I won't pay for my nieces and nephews. So I need money, y'all. I can't do it on a hope and a prayer. So like our stuff.